Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be giving you my Aries June 2019 horoscope forecast, part 1 of 2. And yes, this does apply and pertain to the Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. Anyway, people, first thing up, as far as June goes, the Sun will be in Gemini from the 1st until the 21st. The third house is what will be emphasized and highlighted at this time. There could be a strong concentration of energy, focus, and attention on communications, short journeys, siblings, cousins, neighbors, local transportation, early education, assimilating information, and rational thinking. And given that this is Gemini energy, this may be done in a very animated, spirited manner, and also with a lot of variety, a lot of versatility, being focused on being very mentally versatile, perhaps at this time, and a lot of diversification. And also to remember that Gemini, unlike Taurus, can be very vacillating and changeable as well. So it's really and Gemini energy is very loquacious, very talkative, so just be careful that you're not just doing more all communication and all these third house matters and not acting upon them as well. So anyway, well, the next thing up, as far as June goes, the Sun will be in Cancer from the 21st until the 30th. So the 4th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, there could be a strong concentration of energy, focus, and attention on one's home, family life, emotional security, people you're close to home with, roots, ancestry, traditions, who you are at the core, and the latter part of life, and also the less dominant parent, which is often the mother. Now, given that this is Cancerian energy, might be done with a lot of tenacity, of course, a lot of clingy energy in a very emotional manner, but also given that it's Cancerian energy, it's also such where it's very, not just clingy, it's something where, you look at this, it could be, you're talking about the Sun, could be about our focus. In some cases, this might be a focus on a rather temperamental family member, someone you're close to home with, and also, too, given that this is Cancer energy, could be done with a lot of nurturing and sympathetic energy. These 4th house matters, very protective at this time. And you're talking about, the house of emotional security. And then Cancer, of course, is about safety and security. So it could be a very good period for getting things that are making you safe and secure at this time, and perhaps maybe for the latter part, your end part of life. So anyway, next thing up, there will be a new moon in Gemini on June 3rd, so the 3rd house is what will be emphasized and highlighted at this time. Well, in some cases, you might be welcoming a new Gemini sibling, a cousin, or a neighbor. If it's a sibling, of course, it would be have a Gemini Sun and Moon, given that that the person would be arriving on the time of the new moon in Gemini. If it's let's say if it's a neighbor, it could be somebody that might be a Gemini Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, or one that simply embodies Gemini characteristics. This could be the start of some Gemini writing. It could be something expressed with a lot of eloquence, a lot of diction. It could be writing about something Gemini related, such as fixing cars, doing something with dexterity, such as fixing cars or refrigeration mechanics, or anything that's associated with communication, such as computers, data, satellite communication, etc. And also, too, this could be a time where you might start to show maybe some dexterity or versatility in your neighborhood. It could be doing manifold things for neighbors, or working on vehicles in the neighborhood. And also, too, another way this may manifest perhaps is rekindling a Gemini early education connection at this time. It could be somebody that has a Gemini Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, or one that embodies Gemini traits at this time. Maybe you purchase a high-speed car. This time I'm only joking, of course, being flippant, but anyway. Next thing up, there will be a full moon in Sagittarius on June 17th, so the ninth house is what will be emphasized and highlighted at this time. Well, in some cases, this may manifest perhaps in the completion of a Sagittarius, a higher education. This could be something connected with the law or philosophy, religion, something with sports or advertising, publishing. It could even be something that is published, completion of a publication at this time. That could be Sagittarius related. This could also be manifest perhaps in becoming tired, exasperated, full, so to speak, overly self-righteous, foolhardy, reckless, over-optimistic, risk-taking, in-law, grandchild of foreigner, someone you know at a college, university, or religious congregation. Now, in some cases, too, this could be about some unveiling or revelation. It could be some ninth house person that maybe is about strong indoctrination, or they've been trying to indoctrinate you, or even some blasphemy or in some religious congregation could be unveiled at this time. So those are some ways that this could manifest at this time. So anyway, well, the next thing, or it could even be something with the law that's revealed regarding an in-law or grandchild or some other ninth house person at this time. So anyway, next thing up. Well, Mercury will be in Gemini as far as June goes, from the 1st until the 4th. So the third house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, one way this may manifest, this could be about talking about manifold things with siblings, cousins, neighbors. As I've spoken about previously, Mercury can also be about siblings. This could be about Gemini siblings. It could be Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Gemini traits. At this time, that might figure more prominently in your short journeys, maybe information, things you knew, learned from your early education. They could be more involved with your neighbors. It could also be, again, this is also, Mercury can also be about thieves. Excuse me, this could be about Gemini thieves. It could be Gemini, Sun, Moon, Ascendant people, or ones that embody Gemini traits. It could be very cunning, very shrewd. It could wind up being a neighbor or somebody in your neighborhood, very cunning, and really, it could be a car thief. I mean, cars can be connected with short journeys, local transportation. So anyway, so just be careful at this time. And also too, this could be about speaking with a lot of eloquence, a lot of diction, a lot of loquacious communication, very talkative energy with people, with third house people at this time. And also Mercury can also be about neighbors. This could be about inquisitive neighbors wanting to know maybe where you're going in terms of your short journeys. What are the things you like to talk about? Maybe your dealings with your siblings. It could be very, Gemini energy, of course, could be rather nosy, very inquisitive. So anyway, next thing up. Well, Mercury will be in Cancer as far as June goes, from the 4th until the 26th. So the 4th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, this could be about a lot of being very contemplative about your end of life, where you want to be at the latter part of your life. You might find yourself reminiscing with family members, people you're close to home with, the less dominant parent, which is often the mother. This could also be about, at this time, you could be talking about Cancerian things with home and family members, such as cooking, things with culinary work, laundry, things that you're, things of the past, perhaps. This could also be about, at this time too, it could be Cancerian siblings. It could be Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Cancerian traits that might figure more prominently in your emotional security, your general safety and security at this time, your home, your family life, and maybe in terms of maybe where you want to be at that latter part of your life as well, maybe your traditions, your roots, and you might find yourself speaking very emotionally at this time with home and family members, and also talking about perhaps Cancerian qualities at the core. You might be becoming a little bit more cognizant. Maybe you have more sympathetic, nurturing energy than maybe you were aware of originally. And anyway. And also, well, last but actually, well, next thing I want to talk about, hold on a moment, people. Mercury will be in Leo as far as June goes, from the 26th until the 30th. So the fifth house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. This could manifest perhaps in very dramatic communications with children, with lovers at this time. It might involve a lot of creative thinking at this time into maybe something that you're really going to enjoy. You might find yourself boasting and bragging about maybe what things that you can do in terms of, you know, the talents you might have connected with your hobbies, and also too, this could be about, also I'm thinking very with a lot of self-assuredness at this time, and a lot of confidence, and talking very confidently about yourself, maybe boasting about yourself to some degree, which might play a role in terms of your personal popularity at this time. And also too, Mercury again can be about siblings. This could be about Leo, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or ones that embody Leo traits or characteristics that might figure more prominently in your creative endeavors, your fun, your amusement, your enjoyment. It could be matters of a speculative nature. They might be giving you some kind of advice in terms of something to invest in at this time. So, and also too, you might be thinking about extravagant investments at this time, and things connected with gambling and speculation. So just be careful to look before you leap, and you don't want to put too much money into something without necessarily looking at it very thoroughly before you do so, because Leo energy, of course, could be very extravagant, very magnanimous. Last but not least, Venus will be in Taurus as far as June goes, from the 1st until the 9th. So the second house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. You might find yourself, if you're unattached at this time, Aries, you might connect with a Taurus Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or one that simply embodies Taurus characteristics. Might figure prominently in monetary matters, your self-worth, your self-esteem, your possessions, your resources. This could also manifest in spending conservatively in order to perhaps maybe in order to accumulate more possessions. It could be something too where this could also be about valuing trustworthiness, steadfastness, persistence, and patience, and perseverance in matters with your in terms of generating income, making money at this time. Trustworthiness perhaps with the people you generate income with. And also too, this could also be about at this time where you might enjoy doing something Taurus related, such as something that requires a lot of endurance. It could be working out vigorously, or long distance running, and it might play a role in your self-esteem, your self-worth, how you feel about yourself. Because of course, for example, if you're getting into shape, you might feel better about yourself at this time. And anyway, and it's also could be about the enjoyment of Taurus, things that you value very strongly, against such things connected with trustworthiness, steadfastness, persistence, and anyway, and calmness, composure. So anyway, people, and also about having the love of stability in terms of things of terms of your monetary situation, having a stable income. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for my Aries June 2019 horoscope forecast, part 1 of 2. And stay tuned next time, where I'm going to be talking about the solar return chart in astrology. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.